And we're live. Let's check this mic, check the sound. Yeah, we're all good. Sound is all good. There's some amount of comments. Yes, tickety boo. Hail from sunny Belfast. Let's go right back to the beginning of the comments. Yes, John's in the house. Brendan's in the house. Old McDade, Apex, Tam Max in the house. Anthony's in the house. John driving the truck. Craig Gilmer's in the house, Derek Hart's in the house, Phil Boy's in the house. Sorry, I'm not reading all your comments, but Derek's in the house. John, Paul Baird, Patrick, Martin. I'm just going to run through all these. Alan, right, first of all, I have to say, you guys are, I'll just turn that down a bit. You guys are absolute legends. I'm running a little bit late. And the good thing about this country is when you phone your insurance company, you get a tradesman out the very next day. And that's why I'm late, because there's a couple of plumbers kicking about at the back of the house. So, right. Boo. Yes. That was absolutely fine. And I never noticed. When I put the thumbnail up and I took the screenshot, obviously, the live last night, and there was some numpty said that this channel is sectarian and bigoted. And I was like, really? That shows you how narrow-minded you are. Because if it was sectarian and bigoted, my missus, who usually sits over at her desk for most of my videos, would probably give me a slap around the head. Anyway, enough about them. Last night was absolutely hilarious. We took over Super Scoreboard live chat, and we had a code word. And the code word was boo. And one of the funniest parts of last night was when you got a Rangers fan going, "This chat is full of bots. My missus is sitting reading on her phone, and she's like, "It's no bots. It's just you lot shouting boo." It was absolutely hilarious. Absolutely. So give yourself an absolute. Last night, the live still buzzing off that meltdown. Yeah, it was the funniest thing. I mean, we were sitting last night, and I didn't comment too much on it, but I did notice it wasn't until this morning that I saw that screenshot. Where is it? And I tried to video it as well. I done some screenshot videos, but give yourself a big round of applause. Give yourself a clap in the comments. Hail from Italy. Hail from Italy. Right, get us some tickets for Lazio. The fella, I'm here, the sectarian and the bigotry. Yeah, I'm here for the sectarian and bigotry. And I'm like, really? One for Lennon Poo. When I saw that video on Twitter earlier, I was like, have to have that in the afternoon update. Yeah, last night, Real Radio phone-in was absolutely hail from Bulgaria. Unskelping is back in fashion. Hail for Florida's in the house. God, we've got you all in tonight. Great channel where I back memories of the early 60s when I travelled from Bonnyrigg CSC. There's an update. I don't know if you have noticed. Let me get this up, because this is concerning anyone that runs a bus from back in Scotland. And I'll tag a few of my mates that run buses on Facebook. But there's been disturbing. Wait till I get the link again. If you don't go to football on a Celtic supporters bus, it probably won't have any concern to you, but it really should, because there is even more. The SPFL and the SWPL, Scottish Premier League, have expressed concerns about the new rules for travelling fans on public hire vehicles. And I'm glad. I've not read the article yet, but there was a thing came out this morning which is going to make it a bit more difficult for people going to football. It's as simple as that. And the UK government is... There is sound, Adam. There is sound. I would have been told if there was no sound, so pull the other one. There would have been... Wait a minute, I'm trying to hear what the Spanish are saying. Heard it's -4 in Govan. Yeah, it is -4 in Govan. It is -4, and so buses can't park near the pubs, etc. What the UK government that's a different link. Yeah, the fact that the SPFL have put out a joint statement with the SPFL is good. People are saying supporters' buses must park 10 miles from the ground. So supporters leaving Celtic Park to St Mirren and Paisley must park in Glasgow. It's absolutely nonsensical. It's just nonsense. They're trying to make it even more difficult for fans to go to games. And probably the worst thing that Celtic did in the last so many years is get rid of the old bus park that was right behind the ground. But then again, the council put a dual carriageway right up that road. What Spanish was saying boo? It's just singing the boos. The police are waiting on all sorts of information. They can't stop within 10 miles of football ground. Yep. Hail, hail for Shetland. See, the Muslims have brought in some ways to bring Aberdeen. Hi from Aberdeen. We've got. Do you know what I love about this? Spanish is bully. Bully, bully. Who is Adam? You're getting a time just for the sake of it. Baz is booing baddies. Don't listen to last night on the Snide FM, as I call it, Super Scoreboard. We infiltrated the chat. We infiltrated the chat from everyone from this channel. And on the live last night, we decided that we would have a code word, and the code word was boo. And it was hilarious. I'll get up one of the videos because it was an absolute scream. So this is 51 seconds worth, and I'll get this up. So we infiltrated the boo, and it was just constant, absolute constant. And it was probably the funniest thing that I've ever seen on that station. You know, and it was just full of people putting up boos. It was hilarious. And obviously the boos were in connection to that lot booing their own team. And the fact that we got anti-fast boo. The fact that we got Evening Baz, how's your throat? My throat is fine today. Thanks for asking, James. It's a lot better today. Clyde Black is green and white. I think the funniest part for me last night is when Snide FM is now Boo FM. Who really cares? Perfect. Same tonight. If you want, I won't be on that station tonight. In fact, I need to unsubscribe to the channel. It didn't go well with supporters. I know that doesn't go well with supporters who've got disabilities. And the fact Celtic have their own bus park, so how's it going to affect that? Anyway, we'll go into that. That's a video for another day. Had no idea. I seen everyone commenting boo, so I just joined in with the spamming. It was absolutely hilarious. If you're on the live last night, it was one of those moments that makes you love what you do, and this channel is just absolutely amazing. And a big thank you to everyone that subscribed over the last 24 hours, because yesterday there was 220. There's been a lot more today. We are currently sitting on, we set a new target obviously of trying to get to 15,000 before we play them next. We're currently sitting on 13,280. So that's over 290 subscribers in 2 days, which is absolutely fantastic. And thank you to every single one that subscribed. Right, let's get back to what I was really wanting this live to be about tonight. We've went in 8 minutes, and all we've talked about is obviously the disgrace that is the new laws that the UK government is trying to bring in with regards to football fans. And 15,000, you'll get it, same as James. Well, hopefully we do. And talking about the boos from last night, how we took over Super Scoreboard, it was absolutely brilliant. It was brilliant. It was one of these kind of moments only happen every now and again. And the fact that we managed to infiltrate their chat, and the Rangers fans actually thought it was bot traffic. They thought there was the amount of them that were actually commenting, this chat's just full of bots. It was unbelievable. Anyway, I want to talk about Sevco. Right, I want to talk about Joe Hart, because there has been a little bit change of formation. Evening Baz and Phil Timms. A few boos last night. Couldn't stay on Snide. Can't stand UK. I kept on enjoying coming off and on it. Let me get my news site up first of all. I want to talk about Joe Hart, because there's obviously a little change in the way that Joe Hart's been playing, and we all Well, I personally think it's for the better. He's back to playing like a pro. And did you see the interview actually of Joe Hart? He up on his Instagram. Was it his Instagram? Let me just see if I could find it. 2 seconds, because I reposted it on my. And it was about the fact that Callum McGregor says that. Let me see.
That's the most important. What a thing for someone to say, like Callum. Like that means everything.
I'm not going to play too much of that because the music might get it demonetized the video. So basically, Joe Hart. I'll try and push a link to it on. It was Global Drinks Co. He's done an interview with, and he basically, Callum McGregor said that Joe Hart is one of the nicest players that he's ever played with. And it's the fact that Joe Hart, he says, look, it doesn't cost you anything to be nice. It doesn't cost you anything to listen to players. It doesn't cost you anything to listen to the younger players, and that's what he does. And he said, look, I'm not the best keeper. I'm not the best keeper. I know that. But hopefully that I've done things that help win games. And hopefully I've done things that have maybe helped fans feel a bit happier. And I know that I'm not perfect. I know that I'm not perfect. And it was so humble for Big Joe. And it's really made me think, do you know what? He's been getting a lot of stick off fans. And I am going to try and stick that up. I'll put a link on it in the community tab. And we need to back off at him because, he's 36-year-old. He's achieved so much in the game. And he's actually a really nice guy. And I think that, are we about to see the best of Joe Hart this season? Are we about to see the best of him? Because he's changed the way that he's played. He went back to playing like a proper old goalkeeper. And he's not doing this passing out to the sides that Ange wanted. And he had a fantastic game at the weekend. He had a fantastic game. We've won nothing yet. I know we've won nothing yet, but all I'm saying is, have we brought out the best in Joe? Will we get to see the best of Joe Hart in the comments? It's weird seeing Joe kick the ball up the field. That's what he's done all his career. It was Postecoglou. Like, it was Ange that changed his tactics. It's Ange that changed them the way he played. When you think about it, he's 34-year-old and he's come into Celtic and they're wanting him to completely change the way that he's played. And at his age, of course, it's going to be difficult because he's had an entire career playing football the way he has. And I think getting back to the way that he played yesterday on Sunday, got to remember the goal came from Joe Hart. Joe Hart started Kyogo's goal on Sunday. Kicking the ball out, the defender gets it. It falls nicely to O'Reilly. O'Reilly headers it forward. There's Kyogo. Boom, goal. Simple football. Simple football. And that's what Callum McGregor spoke about. If you didn't see this morning's video, you probably have, but Callum McGregor spoke about the fact that in training, they stripped it right back to basics. They stripped it back to basics. And when you look at the nice crisp passing that the whole team were doing, it was unbelievable. Actually unbelievable. And it was good. And I hope they build on that. I hope they do build on it. Like, let's get some Celtic news because we've not even been cops released CCTV images after incident at Celtic Park during Rangers class. I bet they don't release CCTV images of the Rangers fans fighting. Is this them trying to catch a Celtic fan once again? Yeah, they've got a bloody image of a fan. And do you know this man? Police have nothing better to do. And the cops have not released any information on the nature of the incident, but they're asking if anyone knows the pair to come forward. Who cares? Right, that's just a nothing but news. We're not going to even cover that on this channel. Celtic slammed for Champions League away ticket prices by shocked Atletico Madrid supporters. Oh, what are the prices? What are Celtic charging for away fans? Because I know that Feyenoord are charging about 115. Atletico Madrid, I don't know what the price of their tickets are. A deal to see all three games is 139. The package is up £9 on last season. Just go down. Atletico fans, it'll cost them €72 to get into Parkhead. How much is it costing for us to get into their stadium? Atletico and Rome will pay 50 and 40, 42. Who cares? The Champions League is all about money. It's all about money. Sutton describes his major differences between Rodgers and Beale's team. Yes, Rangers are rubbish. Absolute rubbish. What Callum McGregor told Celtic stars to inspire against the behind the scenes footage reveals tactics that paid off. Is this the Daily Record stealing my analysis? It probably is. I bet you this is. Celtic got the better of the rivals. Thirty-year-old making key observations about weaknesses he exploited. Who cares? Anyway, who's all on? Lanky, you doing good, bro? Yes, I am. Everything's about money, Bass. Yes, it is. It's all about money. The Champions League is fair. I'm going to Fernand 2 weeks. Looking for tickets, please. People were asking on the channel about a bus leaving from this area. I will be able to update you. What day is it today? It's Tuesday. I will be speaking to the owner of Hoops Bar in the next day or so. Lanky's still recovering from last week. I think we all are. I think we all are. Last night was absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's grab some of the comments. £134 for season ticket holders, which means it'll be dearer for non-season ticket holders. And that's up on last year, I believe. Cantwell was missing for 80 minutes on Sunday. Yes, he was that. Lanky, boo, sorry, I thought it was on Clyde 1, says Martin Boy. Lanky says, good evening, troops. Hit that like button and give a share to your troops. Joe probably helped Scales and Lager. And he did. And yeah, let's get back to Joe Hart because that video with Joe Hart, and I will post it on the community tab if you've not seen it. It was basically Callum McGregor said that Joe Hart is the nicest guy he's ever worked with. And I think we're probably going to see the little formation that changed in Joe Hart, the change in his going back to just an old school goalkeeper, kicking the ball out when he needs to. And he knows he needs to improve when he's kicking. He knows he needs to be able to kick the ball out. Look, when we had Fraser Foster at Celtic, Fraser Foster used to come out every single half time and practice his kicking. Before anyone else came out the dressing room, Fraser Foster would come out at halftime every single game, every single home game. He would come out and practice his kicking. It was the weirdest thing ever to see. It was the weirdest thing ever to see. But I mean, people have been giving Joe Hart a lot of stick. Everyone's saying we need a new keeper, we need a keeper. And I think it was just the way that Joe has been asked to play the last 2 seasons that maybe give us the frightener. Lanky, where did you get the big spanner? Dan, he got the big spanner to keep out the zombies. Yes, another community post. Maybe the banter years continue. Joe Hart with an assist on Sunday. It basically did. Yeah, Joe Hart's first assist. Matt must stay. What's this? What have I missed? Try to jump through the comments here. This might be a question of Dooley, but how do you get on the community tab? Right, when you go on the community tab, the easiest way to do it is click on the channel, and then on the channel you'll see videos, lives, something else, and then you'll see the community tab. Click on the community tab. You and boy can have a spanner. You might get one soon. You might get one. I can't have too many spanners on the channel. Anyway, when you click on the community tab, on the channel, that's where you get all the funny bits that I usually post. And some Rangers fans think that I'm sectarian and bigoted. No idea where they get that from because I think my missus would put a stop to that if I was. Boris. Let me just see. Yeah, there it's there. Look. Oh no, that's this. Where is it? Wait till I get it back up to picture one. That one. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful game. Let's make them famous. Beautiful game. One Celtics fans, your channel is sectarian and bigoted. sectarian and bigoted. And I'm like, really? That's interesting. You're bigoted, Baz. Yeah, I'm bigoted. I'm sure if my dad, who watches the channel regularly, thought I was bigoted or sectarian, it would have a good word in my ear. Baz, you're anything but sectarian. You hate because yeah, they hate you because they ain't me. This is true, do you know? And it is social media. The top minutes pass, yes, they do. Cervical protest, yes. And this is one of the most bizarre things, right? You've seen in social media that a lot of the players are away on holiday, and the ones that aren't on international duty, they've obviously got some time off by the club because, let's face it, there's not going to be much training happening this week with the players that are away on international duty. So the other players would have got some time off, and they tend to go away for a couple of days break. They tend to go for a couple of days break. Now, Rangers fans, in their wisdom, are going to Ibrox tonight at 6 o'clock, and they're going to protest. There won't be anybody there. There won't be anybody there. I think Lanky, if you're on, Lanky, you have to go around and video it. You have to go around and video it. He talks, yes. Aldo, he'll from the Highlands. Big Aldo from the Highlands. I hope you, do you get on the bus that leaves from Inverness if you're up that way? It's a fantastic bus, the Inverness bus. Hello, Kevin Muscat, CSC. Emergency meeting. Yeah, it has to be an emergency meeting. Maybe they're going to actually talk about their tifos and the fact that the club paid for the last one. Rangers fan wisdom. Same sentence, catch on yourself. Yep, pitchforks, torches. The 50,000 Rangers singing up to their knees every week. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And it's been well known that calling them Huns isn't sectarian. And that's probably the most sectarian thing that I probably say on this channel. Let's face it. Anyway, let's move on from them. Let's move on. Let's see if there's any more Celtic news kicking about tonight because Celtic have had some fixture changes. I did get that email. Let's go back to here. Maybe it wasn't on email. Maybe it was social media. Fixture, I meant. Shushed. Celtic. There we go. Some fixture amendments. Celtic have announced that the Hearts game will now be on a Sunday, October the 22nd, a 2:15 kickoff. Interesting. Hearts away is now going to be 2:15 on a Sunday. Saturday, November the 4th is Ross County at home. That's going to be a 12:30 kickoff. No, Ross County away, sorry. Ross County away. Get the screen up. So I'll get these on the screen. So obviously the first amendment, if you've not been on any Celtic social media, wait a minute to get that down so I can get the full screen. Sunday, October 22nd, is going to be a 12:15 kickoff. Hearts away. It's obviously a reduced allocation at Hearts still. Ross County, revenge mission. A fantastic. Ross County is always a great trip away. I mean, it's one of the longest trips in Scotland, but it's always a fantastic away day trip. They've killed it by making it an early kickoff. You always get stopped. The buses always get stopped after Dundee, and then just outside. Anyway, we'll talk. Not Dundee, just outside Perth, the other side of Perth, and then just before Inverness. But Ross County is now Saturday the 4th at 12:30. Now they buses. My problem is that these buses are going to have to leave at like 7:30 in the morning just to get up there. It's ridiculous. They have no thoughts whatsoever. I mean, they are trying to kill it for away fans in football. Celtic at home to Aberdeen is now Sunday the 12th, which is another shambles because a home game, you're never going to get a full capacity stadium because of all the people that travel. So that is another fixture amendment. And you know, these, when you think of the buses that come over from Ireland, they struggle to get ferries back. And a lot of the buses from down south don't fill their allocation also because the time they get back on a Sunday night, you know, it's family time. So it's absolutely ridiculous that they've made that, especially the home game one, a 2:30 on a Sunday. Who goes to football at 2:30 on a Sunday? Anyway, that's my little rant over. Clubs like Hearts can hardly fill their own stadium. They cut their nose off to spite their face. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Anyway, right. We're in the Champions League, so no need for Saturday games. No need for Sunday games. Sorry. Yeah, there is no need for Sunday games. Why are the Sunday games? Is this to make sure that Sevco play before us? Probably the real reason for it. Because let's face it, they need to try it. Football is what brings men together. The governments want us all sat in our houses. Yeah, they do. They do. Anton has went boo. Wonder if Anton is a zombie. Lanky says, John, you wrote State Park Kid. I'm just up the road for you. I heard that Liam Scales could be playing as your left back when Cameron. I don't know how you heard that because there's nobody in Celtic Park just now, and I mean there's lots of people asking for it to happen, but there's nobody in Celtic Park just now. The players haven't been in training for a few days, so I don't know where you're hearing that from. Less pressure on them if it's the play before us. Yes, it is. The random computer is a hunt. I don't think it is random computer if you ask me, especially when it's television. Our games, they'll all be changed for television, every single one of them. Hearts changed for TV, and to make sure they after that lot, because that lot's probably got an earlier kickoff. Um, the Ross County one, there's no need for that. A 12:30 on a Saturday kickoff. Why is it not a 3 o'clock kickoff? Because they need to get it on the telly. Make it a 5 o'clock kickoff then. Make it a 5 o'clock kickoff. Anyway, not going to replace Taylor with Scales. No, I don't think so either. Not when he plays that all day long. All day long. Right, let's see if there's any more Celtic news. Well, as Liam Scales done. Come on, let's be honest. His miles off being Celtic class. I don't think he's miles off being Celtic class. He proved himself at the weekend. Get VAR on the random computer. Get VAR on the random computer. Right, let's see how many people are online. Let me just see this first of all. There are over 518 watching. Thank you to every single one of you. There's only 143 thumbs up. So make sure that you hit the thumbs up. Baz, what's Brian Rosie's role at Celtic? Are we getting better media? That's the guy that came from Apple. That's the guy that came from Apple. And you might not see a direct thing with the media that's coming out, but when you're outside Scotland, you'll definitely see more when it comes to Celtic pushing their Celtic TV subscription, because he is all about subscription-based media, and that's how he will grow the shirt. He will grow that media side outside the UK. He's been brought in to basically make sure that we have unlimited funds coming into the club from worldwide media coverage, and that we can only do that with Celtic TV outside of the UK. Batter it like Mars Bar. Thumbs up. Charlie Mulgrew put to bed on Sports Scene. Charlie Mulgrew. Oh, actually, I've actually got a scarf. Oh, I just packed it, didn't I? I'll show you this picture because this is an old one. It was signed by Charlie Mulgrew, and I can't remember who else. It was definitely signed by Charlie Mulgrew, and I can't remember who else it was on the night. That was signed at Celtic Park for the Joseph Rafferty's, I think it was the 25-year anniversary night that we had. Sean Allen's away, we'll catch you later on. So yeah, that's a cracker of a scarf when I think about it, and I still have the 3 of them. But that was signed by the one and only Charlie Mulgrew, and what a player he was for Celtic. He's another player that could come under the Liam Scales type, because he wasn't fancied, he wasn't sort of the big defender, but he was Celtic through and through. Anyway, let's get back to some news, because I'm not staying on for the whole hour tonight. It might be just 45 minutes, so that it might not even be even that, because A lot of you will probably want to jump over and jump over to other stations. Right. He hates the Huns. It's Charlie Mulgrew. That was a brilliant song. That was one of the brilliant songs. What was that? I want to buy a green goalkeeper jersey. You're going to Rotterdam? No, I'm not going to Rotterdam. Unfortunately, it's too soon. It's game too soon for us. We've got other things. I was kind of hoping that the first game wouldn't be an away game. Let me just see. Low. Right, some Celtic news. There's not a lot going around tonight, which is what you expect this week. There's going to be just speculation. Obviously, Charlie Mulgrew retirement. Leo Scales believes he can build on the Glasgow Derby game. I hope it does. Keogh got unseen moment. Celtic striker approaches referee. Right, here, yes. Right, this is what I talk about. Right. They're talking about VAR decisions. Keogh was pushed in the box by the Rangers goalkeeper. He was pushed in the box to the floor from behind. He was pushed from behind, right? Anywhere else in the park, let's turn this on them. Anywhere else in the park, that's a foul. The keeper gets away with getting up off the floor and pushing Keogh right onto the ground. How was that not a penalty? How was that not a penalty? Tell me in the comments. We're just doing it to annoy them now. But that is something that should have been looked at, surely. Surely it should have been looked at. Tell me in the comments what you think. Jared's player pushed him. Yeah, exactly. Do you know? So was that a penalty? Should have VAR looked at it? Because we need to turn this around. They're trying to get the momentum here, and yeah, there's been no mention about it. No mention. Not a mention in the media. Not a mention. I was hoping my tactic contract negotiations go well. They will go well. The media 41 night. What? Jesus. Something today says that he was raging. Yep. And there we go from that's a new. I've never seen you before. 617 Tara. Is that Craig Tara? Hail for Fife. Get yourself a few beers. Cracking chat, lad. Perfect. Thank you. 1888. That's brilliant. That's right. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to be changing a lot of the t-shirts prices to either 1967, 1916, or 1888. So look out for a lot of the price changes on Hoops merch, even.co.uk. Shut it. You're laughing. No, she's laughing that I couldn't say Hoops merch there. It's embarrassing. Hoops, John's Correct Papers coming back to haunt them all. Yes, it is that. We need to talk to the SFA. Yeah, we need to talk to the SFA about the fact that Keogh was pushed in the penalty box. No VAR looked at it. No VAR looked at it at all. Which is who cares? Who cares? Lanky Baz, what did it say? What mods get discount? You can mods get. Do you know what? I will do a discount on. I'll do a 20% discount in a couple of weeks. Once I've got a bit of stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully I'll have time to update the website. But I'm going to be getting a lot more merch on there, and I will be doing a 20% discount on the website. So look out for that, because it's a fantastic way to support the channel. And there's some good merchandise ideas and t-shirts that I've got lined up, which will be good for the season going ahead. Never seen that for their tiers. Butland, no Buntland. Goldilocks also pushed Kyogo straight after Butland. And the thing is, there was absolutely nothing in the media about it. Not a thing. Not a thing. Not even John Hart nor anybody spoke about it. T-shirts quality. Thank you, Lorna. Thank you, Lorna. Do a Black Friday deal. Can we call it Green Friday? Can we hijack Black Friday? Nah, we'll have it Black Friday, just like the flags. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Just like the black flags. Yes, we'll do a Black Friday deal. Huntiers and the pint glass, the merch bags. I think I will do that actually. I think I will get that because there's yes, I will do that. Let's not laugh at it. No, let's forget about them. No point complaining at the SFA. We don't want to drop to zombie we're not going to. We're not going to. We're definitely not going to drop to their levels. I think the fact that no, we go. I think the fact that we don't need to. We know all we need to do this summer, right? Not this summer, this season, is make sure that we score more goals than anybody, and we have to get a lot of positives from the game weekends. You know, every ref in Scotland will be crapping themselves now, especially since Stubb said, "Look, Lanky, that stuff has been spoke about for years. Green Friday works for me, Baz. Yeah, we'll do a Green Friday deal. Christmas special in September. I'm not doing a Christmas special in September. It'll be towards the end of the month before I'll be able to get it up and running. You're not drinking Huntiers? No, I'm not drinking Huntiers tonight. My glass is empty. No Huntiers tonight. There's a flood warning issued on Sunday due to the heavy downpour of Huntiers. I thought the ref was man of the match, says Big Dom. Stubbs' timing was perfect. It's about time that people outside Scotland started realising what's actually went on in Scottish. And it's hilarious. It's hilarious that they think that the referees are against them. Can't win code for right. I'm not going on to Super Scoreboard tonight, but this is tonight's code. This is tonight's code if you are going on to Super Scoreboard, right? I'll leave this up for a little while. That's the decision. There's no other codes going up, but if you're going on tonight, that is the code. Okay, I might go on just for a look. Flood one on Huntiers. Beale must stay at least 20. That's me. Beale must stay up for that. Nah, because they'll know that that's just Celtic fans now. Can't win's a better one, I think. Can't win. If we get, should it be? No, we're not changing it. Hi from Belfast. Let's see if there's any more Celtic news because there's not a lot going on. Celtic Rangers fixtures moved. I've already done the fixtures, but anyway. So let's just see what they've been moved to. Because 24th. Oh, where's the Celtic ones? Celtic 22nd. Has ours actually been changed to play after them? Not sure. Not sure. Who cares anyway? Who cares about them? Right, let's get back on to Luton. Still after O'Reilly. Luton, it was Leeds. It was Leeds that were after O'Reilly, and they're still looking at him, especially after his performance. I've seen a couple of things coming at Leeds saying that yes, they are still looking at him, but the fact that they put in a £10 million bid and that was knocked back, I can't see them coming in with a £20 million bid at Christmas. Either way, Celtic will knock it back. They do not want to sell O'Reilly just yet. They need him here for the next couple of seasons, it's believed. And Brendan Rodgers sees him as a paramount component. It's absolutely paramount that he stays at Celtic. What's the word tonight? The code word is can't win. Can't win. I've left it up. So if you are going onto the channel, and it is starting in 6 minutes, so I'm going to be coming off this because I know how you like to go on and absolutely annihilate that other channel. So funny seeing, like I just saw, you cannot underestimate what bombshell Sunday results for Rangers. Celtic, yeah, Big Dom. Big Dom says you cannot underestimate what a bombshell Sunday result is for Rangers. Celtic will prove immensely from now on. The confidence will be sky high. Top of the league looking down on the Rangers. I think what we need to take from Sunday, especially the fact is we had so many players out, and I mean, it feels as if I'm repeating myself, but it was massive. It was absolutely massive for these young players. And we can all, you can get in, how can I get in touch with you? Adam, if you go on to Facebook and if you look up, I think it's One Celtics Fan View, or if you go onto the YouTube channel, there's Twitter. If you're on Twitter, you can get there. and that's on the channel. If you go onto that about section on the channel, it should all be, the information should be there. Cheers, mate. See you later. Hill says James Bentley. Would you take Bruni back in some capacity? That's an interesting one. We spoke about this briefly last night. The fact that Lennon has now been Bruni's been sacked and he's been linked to going to Hibs with Lennon. I don't think that will happen. I definitely don't want to see him going to Hibs because that will just kill his career outright. It would be good to see him. It would be good to see him back at Celtic, but is there any room for him to come back in? You've got John Kennedy there. I think if John Kennedy was to leave and go to Hibs, you would get Scott Brown in straight away. That's the only CelticMerch.co if you want to jump on this side. I don't like it. That's like stealing folk from my site. You're getting a ban, Lanky. You're getting a ban for that. Anyway, no, you can promote any site you want within reason. But mine's. I'm going to actually look at that site. Give me 2 seconds. I'll have a look at that site later. Lanky. Yes, would I have Bruni back? There's a bit of me that says yes, but there's a bit of me saying let him go out and be his own man and let him learn from his mistakes. No, it's not. That's my website there, hoopsmerch.co.uk. You're mad, man. That's my site there. I've just posted it. I'll post it again. If I'd got that site, I would have went for it. CelticMerch.co.uk. I might try and see if I could buy that domain name, but anyway. Promote my OnlyFans. Promote your OnlyFans if you want. Depends how good looking you are. I'm bad. I thought it was Celtic Merch. See. Bruni couldn't cut it with Fleetwood. Could he not cut it with Fleetwood, or is it just the fact that he's learning? Do you know what I mean? So why bring it with Celtic? Why bring it with Celtic? Rangers brought in a guy that had no managerial experience whatever, and they give him a few years to try and win the league. Is he a worse manager than? Does that make him worse manager than Stevie Gerrard? I think I would like to get Bruni back, but I don't think the timing's right. Anyway, it's almost time for a lot of people are jumping off because they're obviously jumping over to Snide FM. I am going to call it quits because it's been a fantastic night so far. We have 2 absolute stars. Get myself a few beers. Cracking chat lad says 617 Tara. He gives us 1888. And Aldo McHale from the Highlands, another superstar of the channel. A live chat. Cheers, Baz. See you tomorrow, Lorna. There will obviously be the normal video in the morning, and tomorrow night is Wednesday, so there'll be the normal Wednesday night one. Bosun Lowell. I would probably, to be honest, I would recall Bosun Lowell as soon as we can. I think we can only recall him at Christmas. Because let's face it, we only sent players there to work with Scott. The fact that they're not going to go and work with Scott, there's no point. And they probably won't get the game time. If they don't get the game time, I would definitely pull them back. Right. So with that being said, everyone's dropping off now. Hail, Paul Baird, Matthew fighting Irish. Bruni wasn't given enough time. Yep, but love to see him at Paradise. The Os says Anthony. Cheers, mate. See you tomorrow. Cheers from New Jersey in the USA. I love that one. Need to show that one. You're getting the final comment. And I hope you, if you're in Govan or you're near Govan, I hope you don't see that lot crying far too much. And enjoy yourselves. Remember, the code word is can't win. Can't win is the code word. Can't win on Super Scoreboard. I won't be on there tonight, and I will be unsubscribing. So, in that being said, have a fantastic